and for all your worldly sins. Yeah, let's get on with it. I've got things to do. Give me a slap on the wrist and let's get it over with. And as I was saying, before you rudely interrupted me, you'll get the wonderful pleasure of carrying this go-board around for eternity. Oh! Okay, let me just get started right off the bat here. To my Aussie compatriot diggers, this thing, sorry mates, but it's too heavy for the Australian Post. Most countries handle 30 kilos maximum at the Postal Service, but Australia Post only handles 20 kilos, so that's quite the anomaly right there. So yeah, that's unfortunate. To the diggers that are heading to the land of the rising sun in about 3 weeks' time, the Eagle has flown. Oh, actually, it's gonna go on the wavy thing. But that board came in at the board just itself. Obviously, you're getting the pieces in a separate package. It ended up coming in at 19.5 kilos, so yeah, we're all good there, lucky. So you will receive that in the distant future as sea freight. Some other chaps, two, in fact, I get this every now and again, two chaps basically said exactly the same thing. They were sort of saying, well, we received the board, I received the board, another chap said they received the board, different eBayer, and said, delighted, excellent, wanted to try to give me some feedback, but if it goes over 2 months, the computery system won't allow good feedback, any feedback, and therefore, don't worry, no obligation there at all. Good, I'm glad you guys are happy. Everyone, it's happened quite a number of times, you know, these go boards, they eventually get to you, and you know, they're obviously, it's hard to pack, as anyone of you that have seen that. Anyways, let's get on to this particular just beast of a thing. Now, it's got nicks, it's got bonks. I presume this is Sugi wood. I think that's cypress. This thing, mate, if you're into like the world's strongest man or something, you could probably use this as a travel board. But anyone else, I would not suggest it. Look at this. I'm gonna have to knock out the legs. Now it has cracking, and you'll find where the actual knots are. I mean, this thing's gonna last 1,000 years. Where the knots are, that's where it's started to crack. I'm gonna have to knock these. I just checked them to see if I could actually get these out, and they're good, and I can. I'll have to take these legs out in order to, because it's just too big. So they'll go in a separate package. They will. Okay. So, and then you just bang them back in. I got the old humper dumper out on that one, the rubber hammer, and found. Now what I'll do is I'll mark these there, and just a bit of a nick there to show you where they were situated. Alright. Now, something, while I've got it in this position, something quite interesting here is generally, this is inverted. Usually the triangular pyramid-y thing goes that way and then going that way. No, not why. You'll see there's, I love all these crackings. So see there's a knot right there. It's got crackings in there. I usually use one hand for this sort of thing. By the power of Grayskull. Man. Okay. This is, I guess that's probably its greatest flaw, that it's got this, I know not why, but this sort of chunky thing that's on the bottom, you know. We'll get to the top in a tick. Let's see. So you got, they're all your general lines from that central portion of the tree, and there you go. That right there, a bit of cracking there, and there's cracking all down there, and that goes to there, and it stops, and then there's one that comes from the other side. And so she's, there you go, and that's from, as I say, from the knot. I think I showed you that. I would say this would be great to, like, a little nick there. Yeah, there's that cracking comes along to the top here. So it's a man's board. It's you know, it's got, like, if you're not too worried about nicks and bonks, I like them this way when they're real rough. And this this certainly qualifies for something cool as far as I'm concerned. Right, there were, I'll get onto those in a second. It did come with these, but what I'm going to do, because it's rough and it's tough, oh, shut up about that for a second. I reckon that, you know, if you sanded it, or you wouldn't even need to sand it, it's so smooth, you know, if you painted it or something, lacquered, beautiful, nice lacquering. I'd love to urushi lacquer this thing. And well, it sits very nice and solid. Fix this flooring one day, but that's that. The top portion itself. Sorry, I'm just flabbergasted by this piece. I've been carrying this around. I had to weigh it, and then I had to do this and sort this out and blah blah. Alright. The surface is delightfully smooth, so that's cool. And the reason why I'm separating these, I generally don't do this, but what I'm going to do, because it's rough, I'm going to just put it up for a real cheap price and then let whomever's just go for it. And it's just the fear of doing such thing. If I put these up, these are the real deal wood cases. These are real deal clamshells. These are gorgeous. I mean, good quality stuff. I don't know if you can see the lines with the. I'm going to separate these. Now, you know, people will pay a couple of $100 for these. What I'll do, I'll put these up. I'll start these off at $50 as a separate listing. So, yeah, that's what I'll do straight after this. It's just that if I put this up for a cheap price and then someone just bangs on it and I get one bid, and I can include those, I might have to go and hang myself. Any rope around here? I'll have to do that some other time then. Right, so this is awesome. It's really great. That gets an ABAREBUGYO thumbs up on this one. That's what you get. Yep. Yeah, look at that. Just have to press it into my carpet a bit. This stuff. Alright, now that's that. Sea freight, anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months. Right, I'm spending a lot of time talking about this board. I just really like it. Look at that. Just massive. That's that. Tiny legs. You know. In fact, this generally they're 450 or 455, that kind of length, and this is 465, which is, it's an absolute anomaly. It's really. I'm going to shut up about you now.